Hello, everybody in Coaching Central. It's Ferret. Hello, how are you guys doing? I know these videos have been gone for a very long time, but I thought, rather than telling you guys we would bring back the server and then not make any videos, I'm going to start with a simple one, which is Tank of the Week. The last tank you guys voted for was the UDES, and I know maybe you guys have changed in terms of what tanks you guys want to do, and I will put up a new vote when this video comes out. But I thought I'd go and do the UDES as it is a pretty interesting tank. The UDES can be a great tank, but it's definitely a challenging one to play. So first let's go over the equipment I have. First I've got Turbo, Rammer, and V-Stab. Some of you might agree with the Turbo, some of you might like to run HP or aiming unit or fence or something like that. But I find for me the suspension on the UDES, it's got the hydropneumatic one like the STB for example. I find it works a little bit slow without the turbo. So for me personally, I just like having the turbo, and I just like the way the tank feels a lot more with it. Obviously, the rammer and VSAP I think are completely like non-optional on the UDES. The turbo is the optional piece of equipment where you guys can put whatever you guys prefer, but you should definitely be running a rammer and a VSAP. The tank has 440 alpha. Kind of the gist of the tank is it's very good on a ridgeline, obviously, with the suspension. 440 alpha, which is quite nice. Slow shell velocity, not great pen. And obviously the whole armor is not very good. One other thing is that it does suffer from like big module problems. Whenever it gets shot through the front of the tank, sometimes it gets set on fire. Its fuel tanks are right in the front, so you want to try and avoid getting hit in the hull. As you can guess, you kind of want to slap this thing on a ridge line and play very carefully. And you should be completely fine. So that being said, let's get into some games, and I'll try and show you guys how this tank performs in a good situation. I'm sure there'll be some moments where it's like, oh, I can totally see why this tank is just unable to compete. Since there's many positions on the map that aren't always like a perfect cooldown or a ridgeline, where this tank kind of shines. In the meantime, while we wait for a game, I do ask you guys, please, whether on this video, to comment or in the Discord, or even just message me anything you guys want to see in particular as we restart all the videos again and keep pumping out content for you guys to help and try everybody improve and give our ideas on what we think is correct in watts. And if you guys have any ideas, it's always much appreciated. Or if you just want to say what you liked and didn't like about this video, that is awesome. That is really helpful feedback for us, and it helps, instead of me like yabbering on here and just yapping forever, focus on the things that I know you guys find important. So that way you don't just have to filter through the video and wait for the parts that you want to see. Okay, so we finally get a game. We have Fish Bay from the North Spawn. Uh, the nice thing about the UDES as well, it actually does have quite a bit of camouflage. I'll show you guys here as well what I was talking about the shell velocity. So the ABCR is 1,000 and he has 840, which is pretty slow, and you don't even want to know how fast the HE is. But as I was saying, the UDES has a great camo, so as you guys know from playing the mid, all these bushes are kind of iffy, since they don't provide the greatest camo in the world. But the UDES thankfully has a pretty solid base camo, so we are actually going to go to the mid here, play the mid positions, because unless the Manticore is sitting in the outside set of bushes, we should be able to play there unspotted until we shoot, which is super nice. Look for some early shots in the cross, maybe try and shoot the 1-2. Most of the time I do prefer to play the middle of my medium tanks. Sometimes, if you're in a sniping tank, you can go to the 1-2, but in most scenarios, it's always the best to start off in the mid, and then you can rotate out later. So a nice shot into the RU. You can see that big alpha picking up there. I mean, we do roll really high, but that's what happens when you have a 440 alpha gun. One other annoying thing about the UDES is these actually do count as a hitbox. Like you see here, like as I'm driving into this wall, my stupid, like whatever you want to call these things, are actually catching along the back of my vehicle and hitting the wall, which is just not awesome. But once again, you'll get used to all these things once you play this tank enough. It's just kind of annoying at the start when you're not really used to it. Their Chron is driving down 1-2. RU is dead. They keep poking up and shooting, but I really didn't think they would, so I guess we should be aiming for this. I think I want to blind the stern here. Not getting spotted shooting, which is quite nice. Which at leads me to believe the manticore might be 1-2 or sitting in this area right in front of me. Oh, good spot shooting again. Oh, okay, good spot at that time. So that means either the bat or the mantis is playing in and out of these bushes. Which is not great for me. Let's see, maybe I will go rotate. 57. Could have got a shot to this guy a little earlier. We still kind of have a shot. It is a slim one though. You can see here, I mean, this is not really anything super specific to the UDES, aside from the fact that, you know, we've got okay camo, so we can play here, but it's just about being patient and not overexposing too early. Nice snapshot there into the manti. Bring him down to a 2-shot. Bring him down to a 1-shot with my teammates. Instead, that is really nice, so that we don't have to deal with randomly getting spotted. Don't hit the snap on the waffle trigger. But I guess we just hit a nice shot on the manti, so I can't complain too much. I can't expect every snapshot to hit. There's the bat. Now I see this T95 is moving up. If he keeps pushing up, I will go fight him, because I think that is relatively free damage. With him pushing up in the open. It looks like my T95 is going to go collect that bounty. Or my 260 is going to go collect that bounty. I'm thinking about pushing across the mid here. But there's an unlit Foch, and if he's at the back, that could be dangerous for me. I think I might just go to the city and kill this T95. I think the city's going to be our opening here. And then I can show you guys the awesome heat pen of the UDES. What is it, like 310? Yep, 310. Oh no. Okay, I may have slightly overestimated the camo of the UDES here. I thought I could cross and kind of keep them at like 400 meters view range. But also I'm pretty sure it is the bat running spotting equipment, so I probably shouldn't have done that. Because when I got spotted earlier when I poked in the bush, it was unlikely that it was the manti. You bleed a lot of damage there for no reason. Bit of a silly mistake. Let's see, can we get a shot on the C95? Just want to be patient and wait for him to try and maybe poke on the 260. Or just give us a side like that. Have a good old UDES moment. And hit the floor. Love to see it. Okay. RD is fired. When this stun goes away, we'll try and poke again, because this guy just seems to be giving up the side. Connect that time. Nice. Looks like he's aware of us now. We don't want to get shot by the RD nor get stared at by this guy again, so I'm going to make it look like I'm running away. Come back. Just wait until this guy makes a mistake. Enemy team is pushing down 1-2, but doesn't look like we're able to push through. And unfortunately, I would side scrape here, but the UDES is not exactly a great side scraping vehicle. Get a little lucky with that shot. Probably should have missed. We can try and bait with our weird, whatever you want to call these things, like cooking panels. Oh my god, I thought he turned. Okay, good thing that guy has not very good reaction speed. I don't know what you would call these, like, I don't know. I don't even know what the function of these are. If any of you do know, please let me know. I don't even know what the heck these are for. All I know is that they're kind of annoying. We changed the angle here, so the Foch, I don't think the Foch can hit us here. Let's see if we can sneak a shot to the T95 again. I did hear him fire recently. Oh. Nice. The UDES definitely isn't like one of the most. It definitely does not strike me as like a very accurate tank, but it's not that inaccurate. I think a lot of the inaccuracy goes down to the fact that it has slow shell velocity, so a lot of people feel like it is pretty inaccurate, and I totally get that. Since having higher shell velocity does make it easier to aim, you know, hit your shots, etc. So the tank in general will feel more accurate with a good shell velocity. And also, for the most part, it tends to be in this game that the derpy tanks have, you know, the derpy guns have low shell velocity. With the bat, a nice shot here. My Manti is, looks like we are, ow. Looks like we're clearing the 1-2. I am now one shot thanks to this good old artillery. We do have 3k, which is not terrible here, but we bleed an extra 2 shots of that bat for no reason. This is a long, like, nothing going on kind of game. I'm gonna see if I can catch the Foch here. Not too sure where this Foch went. We are in fact clearing the 1-2. Unfortunately, we don't have the hit points to really open up this game. It would be until I see that basically the bat chat has moved. I'm not too worried about this Foch nor the poison, but until we see the bat has moved, it's kind of risky for us to make a move. Speaking of which, the bat is moving. It looks like the entire new team is going to go sit in the corner. Looks like I may be able to get free shots on this Foch after I kill the serve. Nice. Bat's going back there too. Oh my god, dude! Stop sticking me out in front of the fucking bat chat. Please, I would like to go farm this free Foch. Waffen Tracker drowns himself. What the fuck? Okay, I know he has 5 seconds interclip, so I have some time to aim that shot. Sneakiest Foch ever, just randomly sitting in like the tiniest bush, and I can't spot him. It's kind of insane. Oh my god, this arc is just packing me up. I want a good save from the bat. Use this wreck a little bit. Bat's probably sitting in K4. Maybe not. He's not clipping the Manti. It's kind of annoying that that guy drowned himself. He already gets counter-RD'd. Blind. This frog is just tucked behind the rock. Bat chat. Ooh, that was a nice pre-shot. It's now YOLOing 205B. We did sneak a shot in though, so we get 4k at least. I don't think. We might have a blind or two from blinding the bushes, but probably unlikely because my 260 and my RD were also blinding the bushes at the start and the mid as well. But maybe we get one more here. Come on, Mr. Batchat. Oh no, you're dead. Well, not a bad game. You guys get to kind of see how the cam works on the UDES. Still, you saw there, even against either the spotting equipment Batchat or the spotting equipment Manticore, we were not able to play those bushes, but you're able to play them more commonly than, for example, I don't know, what's a low camo medium? Like you had an E50M, for example, you would 100% be spotted there the whole time. We did not, in fact, get any blinds, but we do finish with a decent amount of damage, and we can see, actually, was the Manti spotting us or the Batchat? Oh, it looks like it was the Manti spotting us. Damn, the bat actually got a lot out. I guess it was, he was farming us, so. Anyways, we're going to try and play a couple more games, see if we can show you guys more the hold down potential of the UDES. You got to feature some of the camo here. For those of you that are curious, actually, let me show you how much camo this tank does have. So you can see here, I have 20% moving, and that's without full camo trained. If you want to look exactly how much that gets you, you can look on the website. And I don't have the field mods, but if you guys want to know what field mod setup I would use, this is probably what I would use. So the module durability, that one's just always kind of the correct one, since the drawback for the other ones are not very good, and you basically if you are ammo racked or whatever, I can actually still kind of play the game, um, things like that, and the engine and stuff, so your tank just doesn't completely break. And then for this one, you can take camo if you want, but I would say that's dependent on whether or not you're running a turbo, because as you see here with the turbo and the seal mod, I'm at 25. Without the turbo, it's kind of getting close, and having 27 is super nice, especially when you're playing with like on a ridgeline, which is where this tank is going to be most time. So this one's kind of optional for you guys. I would definitely take the forward speed for this one, so you can just rotate faster, get into position. Having view range isn't super duper important on your medium tanks, unless you are like planning on using a spawning setup, like on a bat chat or something like that. And then for this one, I believe this is also a you don't take anything. If I do think this one should be taking the track HP, I will let you guys know. I can check right now, actually. Let me go to Tanks GG. But I don't think this tank significantly benefits from having the track HP. Yeah, your track health goes from 250 to 325. So to be honest, unless you're running HP, let me do the math here for you. So if you're running HP on your UDES, then an argument could be made to take the extra track health. It takes your track alpha up to 552, but it's already at 425, so I wouldn't even bother. I would take nothing if you're running HP, and if you're not running HP, you definitely take to the right, since your tracks are already worth like nothing, because the default track health is 250, so upping it to 325 on a tier 10 isn't going to do anything. Most tanks have more than 325 alpha anyway, so you're just going to get one tracked anyway. Alright, let's see what map we get here. Oh, this is great. We'll be able to show off the gun depression here. Tier 8 Siegfried line defense, one of the best modes. I'm sure a lot of you are very used to, kind of playing in B5, B6. That area is a great spot to play with any tank. Nevertheless, obviously, even nicer to play with a tank with gun depression like the UDES. So 100% that's where we're going to be going. A nice matchup as well here with only one arty and not too many TDs. A lot of the times when you're playing up here, you can get kind of griefed if somebody just decides to sit like A2 and just stare at you the whole game. It really slows down your game. But now with everybody spawning in E3 and F3, I, for the most part, tend to have seen less people sitting in A2, A3 and just kind of sniping this ridgeline and making it really not fun for anybody trying to play the game. But this is where the UDES, similar to the STB, is at its strongest. The UDES does have a better turret, but to be honest, the STB has more DPM, and it's not. I'm not sure really between the two which one I'm more a fan of, but they're definitely both good tanks. Hello, sir. Okay. Missed that shot. It's a little unlucky. Maybe poorly aimed. I can't honestly say. I'm just really paying a lot of attention. And instead of shooting them crossing, we completely missed that too. We can use the suspension here to poke onto this frog. I do see the heavy tanks crossing. You guys can see how slow the suspension is there. We take one from a Conway from God knows where. Don't know how we can't spot him. Move one to the M4. Then now we can play very safe on this ridgeline. Try and make sure we don't take any damage. You can see the DPM is really nice, but you can see with the low heat pen here, we're even struggling to, well, we're hitting the rolls here, but you can see that like even the effective armor on this tier 9 when we're looping the shells down onto him is not great. We make a mistake there and we don't drive the safe way, even though I know that I'm spotted and I know that that Conway is shooting at me. Somehow this guy's just like invisible, but we finally see him. Give him a big shot. And if I had had the field mod, my Amarak penalty would not be as large right now, which would have been really nice. Able to pick up the Oho though. Thankfully my repair kit comes up soon, plus I don't have that much HP left anyway, because I'm stupid, so I don't really I'm not really gonna use my full DPM here since I'm kind of trying to make sure I stay alive, which is more important in this situation. Let's see if we can seek a shot into the Caliban. Get our armor rack back. Let's see if we can play here. I don't think Phantom 7 just fired. I don't think even with the UDES we can get enough gun depression to hit his hull. We can hit his turret though. And we get nuked for 550 by the RD sitting in the corner. Very nice, very nice. Unfortunately, we're also getting stirred up by this Phantom 7. I'm trying to ping for my team to go and kill the corner. Find the artillery for me. We bounce, but the Phantom 7 also bounces. We know we have reload on him, so we can poke for a quick shot. Hopefully my guy kills the RD before he reloads and nukes me. Because we all know how much RD loves to get their kills. Also hoping my teammate will stop shielding this guy. Don't quite hit the flat part of the Progetto's turret. Okay, looks like the RD shot at that guy. It's very nice. Nice. Be very careful here to try and not give up my hull. Okay. A little unlucky. You can see how derpy this gun is sometimes. You also see this tank does have quite decent DPM actually. That is one of the nice things. It just, once again with the slow shot velocity and stuff, people can find it pretty derpy. Even though we make a lot of misplays this game, we still end up with 4,800 just from good positioning and some cheeky trading. Took a lot of damage to that convoy for no reason, but I guess, you know, we're his paid actor this game. But you guys can see, you know, when the UDES is using its turret properly, aside from the convoy being at a better angle to pen us from very far range, it is actually pretty good. And you can see, like, especially when you're playing on top of the ridgeline, you can see how angled the turret gets, and it becomes extremely difficult for enemies to pen. Try to hit the upper plate of the V4 there as he's rocking. It's actually a pretty easy pen, but it misses. Maybe he'll give us a side. He does, and we get rammed out by our 60 TP. Thank you very much, Mr. 60 TP. And he dies. But we ended up getting 5.3. So not a bad result. Weirdly enough, if we had a little more HP, we would have been able to trade with the Phantom 7 a little earlier. So probably if I played this properly, get another 2-3 shots. But not a bad game. And yeah, the 440 alpha does feel nice, and it does add up pretty quickly. I think a lot of the 440 alpha mediums nowadays are a lot of fun. Actually, let me see. Have we done the 121? Because if you guys have not voted for the one, oh, we did do the 121. Dude, that tank is fucking awesome. Oh, that was the last tank we did. Ooh, maybe I'll go back and do a video for that. Although it looks like I guess, you know, I guess we'll do the new tank, the Blyatsavica, next week as part of the voting as well. And then the other two tanks were the SC2 and the Rhino. Not too sure if you guys still want to see that, but I will allow the people to vote. We got steps here on encounter. Gonna play the 1-2 at the start. Once again with a decent camo of the UDES. We can play in the bush, look for some free shots at the start. I find going 9-0 is okay. Especially in the normal spawns. I know a lot of people like to go 9-0. On encounter, I do like to try and catch people crossing at the start since the spawns are much closer and people... Okay, well, this is quite unusual. Ooh, maybe we'll put the Foch B in the boat, actually. That tank got buffed. That's one you guys should be playing. That tank is fun now. Wow, that tank missed. That shot missed and went into the bush. If that hit somebody else, that is awesome. But I don't think it did. But yeah, the UDES gun is a little derpy, but yeah, I'm thinking of maybe Foch B, ST2, and Blia next week, and we'll see what your guys' heart desires. Yep, there's that UDES gun. Performing exactly as expected. that is not at all. Minnow is pushing up. I think it's a mistake. I don't know why he's pushing up already. His team does not control the outside. And he's dead. We see Triangle's using this as an opportunity to cross. We're going to punish him once. Nice fucking 500 off the shell there. Maybe we can punish him again on the second cross. Yep, he's just driving. At 411. Nice. Now that he's on the outside and, well, he's dead. Looking at the way this game is evolving, I don't think we can. We could push the 1-2 here, but the Foster is sitting in the back, and they have people in the rocks here, which is going to make it difficult for us. So we're going to rotate over to the 9-0 and see what we can do over there. A lot of the times, and it's quite an uncommon play, I don't see too many people doing it. One thing that is a very sick thing about steps on the north side is a lot of times you can drive across the top like this, especially when your team is like controlling the 9-0, as it tends to evolve on this side. 90's here. Once your team takes control of this, it kind of pushes them off the front of the base. Then you can cut across the top side like this. I'm not sure if you guys can see my mouse. I hope so. And drive into the rocks here, and then you're actually above all the people on the corner. It's pretty sick. It's one of the nicer positions that you can sometimes get. Quite rare. It's more common you see the 1-2 push from the other side, like from south to north, obviously. And then you play on that top side, which a lot of you, I'm sure, are used to and seen before. Let's see here if we can spot anybody sitting at the back. I don't think we will. Just any bushes, do a little bit of blinding. There's one person on the cap. I didn't get spotted shooting, so whoever's back there is double pushing like crazy. Which looks like it might be... No, not the SCV. What tank is there? The grill? Maybe the grill. If it is the grill, I don't mind. There's the B4. Can we get a shot on the Mantine? No, he's sitting low. Oh, dude's poked up and spotted me. That's not my attention. And they ran to show, but it died. Huge. I'm thinking about potentially going to this position here and lining up this rock to protect myself from there and farming the cap. But I'm not sure if that is a good play right now. Oh my god, it is the grill. I missed every single one of my blinds on him. But I think now we can push onto the cap. Get some free damage on this SCB. Yoink the kill. Could have pushed a little bit earlier, but it's okay. The grill is actually playing in the incorrect position here. I'm kind of getting pushed by my teammate, but I guess we're kind of pushing each other. Don't really want to take this shot for no reason. My teammate doesn't fire me. Thank you. Pick up the M60. We just got a mash W here. Catch this 430U for as much as we can. Okay, we take damage here. And what's left unspotted? So there's TVP left unspotted. That already shooting damage rounds. So there's the TVP. This is 1, 2, 3. Okay, he's out. Might as well just keep driving past this guy. Ooh, we're getting all the tracking. Nice. Get the kill on him too. There's the bat already. Don't want to really slow down here. Nice. We roll 490. That's awesome. And we saw the arty shots back here, so this arty's over here somewhere. Maybe our Manti will spot him running. Oh, no, he's just sitting there. Okay. RNG says nope, you're not allowed to defend that guy. Understandable. And these heavy tanks are still healthy, so we're going to cut across the field and try and sink a couple shots into these guys. This Fosh B also looks like he's going to potentially sit in the open again. Although it looks like he's clipping our grill. Poor grill. Oh, the grill just turned and headshotted him. Unlucky for that guy. Maybe we can sneak in 2 more shots here. Would be great. Maybe one on the Panzer 7. Maybe even 3. We can sneak one on the Panzer 7. Oh no, the girl's going to get him. Maybe we seek 2 shots in on the I-Sport. Let's see. Hopefully he doesn't back up into this 4005 though. That would not be very good for my rest of the game damage. As you can see, took a shot through the front, got set on fire, or We got one more though, and a big roll again, 504, puts us up to 5.4. I think that's going to be the end of the video. You guys got to see Fish Bay, which was, you know, the sneaky UDES, and me missing some shots and trading like a bit of an idiot, but you guys got to see how the tank kind of struggles on those kind of maps where the engagements aren't necessarily ridge lines, but thankfully there's kind of that kind of camo engagement that happens in the middle that the UDES is actually okay in. And then Siegfried Line, another pretty simple UDES map, and then this one as well, where we just play pretty simple, did some rotations, just pushes a team, and you can also see the nice DPM of this tank when you actually get to use it at close range, and you can pen everything with the terrible pen and bad shell velocity, but obviously at close range, not as much of a problem. That's it for me today, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video. Once again, please leave any feedback you guys have, any questions, comments, blah, blah, blah. And feel free to message me as well if you want to know a little bit more about my thoughts about this tank. And I will see you all in the next video, whatever the next video is. If you read Discord, actually, you will know. Alright, guys. Have a good one. Bye-bye.